Okay, we're going to have a look at configuring and setting up a Linksys SPA 901 voice over IP phone. Sounds all very flash and sophisticated, but that's what it looks like in the picture. Now you'll notice that this phone doesn't have much of a user interface. It makes things a little bit tricky, but fortunately you can talk to it. So the first thing we need to do is get it out of its box, plug it into the wall, and if you dial some magic numbers, it'll tell you everything you need to know. Which we do thus. We type into it star, 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 star. Yes, that's 4 stars. 110 hash. And the very nice man on the other end of the phone will tell you its IP address, which is very, very useful, because once we've got its IP address, we can see things. So remember the IP address that it had. And the one that we're setting up is 10.1.1.13. Now we go to our handy dandy web browser over here, and we type in the IP address 10.1.13. Sorry, .113 it was. .1.13. There we go. Now this is the basic view. It tells you all sorts of interesting information, but well, there you go. Okay, we want to be the administrator, so we do the login. We want to, we might still be advanced while we're at it. We want to set up the system, DHCP, yes. Hostname, we'll give it a hostname. It's a good idea, just what I've been doing, setting up the hostname to be the name of the extension, or the extension number. So we want to set this phone up to be an extension number for survey. So we phone list there that Jeff German has kindly provided us, and we see that the survey unit 7325, 7326, 7, 8, and 9. So we'll set this up to be 7326. 7326, just to remember it. This is actually for Wendy Smith. Okay, back here. So we set the host name to be 7326. The domain is Lingnet. And the primary DNS, you have to put in an IP address here, is 10.1.1.21. We don't have a secondary DNS. That's it for that. Now we need to set up SIP. SIP is the protocol that the phone talks to the Okay, now we go to that 1.1.1.113, and here we go, we have the configuration screen. Okay, we'll do the add login. I've just got to set up the few things on the system. Host name. We'll make this the name of the extension number of the phone, 7326, and then is Lingnet, as is everything in the building. The primary DNS is 10.1.1.21, is for computers. And there we go. Now we need to set up some parameters relating to this extension. So we click on ext1. Now we need to tell it where to find its SIP server, which is this thing called proxy in registration, and it's *lingnet. You can see I've typed that there before. And we can put in some subscriber information about this particular phone. Again, we'll make it the number of the extension. The user ID is the number of the extension. The password is also the number of the extension. We don't need to use the auth ID, but if we did, it would be the number of the extension. Right. We're all finished, so submit all changes. Now, let's have a look and just check that all those took hold. So we have 7326 LingNet 10.1.1.21, correct. Extension, asterisk.lingnet. Yes, there we go. It looks good. Right, now we need to set it up in the PABX. We're using free PBX and it's on this domain here, asterisk.lingnet. Oddly enough with HTML after it. There we go, so we'll go to FreeBX administration. Right. Now here you can just see a few pieces that everything's green, it's looking good. We go to extensions and we want to add a new extension. So this is a generic SIP device. There's those other options, but we're installing a generic SIP device. Set user extension 326. Display name. We'll call this one Wendy. Wendy Smith. And the secret is 7326. Privacy. Voicemail password 7326. We're not really using voicemail at the moment at all, so we won't worry about that. And we'll call that done. Now, before this is configured but not yet loaded as live in the system. So you have to go to apply configuration changes, which we do, continue with reload, which we, and we're done. Now one way you can see if it's come online is to use the operator control, which is a nice little flash app. We go to a different line here, it's asterisk HTML.panel. And we can't see Wendy is registered yet, but we'll go and cycle the power on the phone and see what happens. Right. Now that I've been and cycled the power on the phone, flashed the red light for a little bit, blinked the orange light for a little bit, and then the lights went out. And now that we look back here, we see Wendy alive and well. Now if we go over to one of our phones over here, we should be able to pick it up and dial 7326 and press hash so that it knows what we're doing. And there we go, we can see Wendy's phone's ringing. And we can hear it too if we're lucky. Right, there we go, that's a beginner's guide to setting up a voice over IP phone in the Linguistics Institute. Good luck to you all. Yeah. Your host has been Camel Prince. May he never do this again. Click.